Guys, if anything can chase you out of your own home, I mean out of the house you built with your own hard-earned money, it is flooding. Not thieves, not bad neighbors. Flooding, my brother.
Guys, good afternoon. As of today, this is Lekki, Lekki phase 1. On my
Chaos in Lagos, massive flooding has taken over parts of Lekki, Nigeria.
Do you know that during rainy season, almost every year, a lot of residents in Lekki are forced to abandon their own homes? Think about that for a second. You save for years, build your dream home, furnish it, move in with pride. Then it rains, and suddenly your house turns into a swimming pool. Well, I'm not even surprised, because reports have shown that some parts of the island are somewhere around 1 meter below sea level. So let me say this clearly. If you are planning to buy land or property in Lagos or anywhere in Nigeria, the rainy season might just be the best time to make that move. Why? Because the rain doesn't lie. Rain exposes everything agents and developers will never tell you. Now, to avoid the nightmare of flooding, there are 3 things you must do before you buy any property. And honestly, consider yourself lucky you are seeing this video before making that mistake. Now, like I said, there are 3 things you must do before buying that land. Number 1, study the buildings around. Don't just look at the fine paint and the fancy gates. Look closely. Flood-prone areas always leave evidence. Check the walls of nearby buildings. Do you see watermarks? Do you see flood stains? Do you see peeling paint at the bottom levels of the buildings? That is not decoration. That is history. That is a sign that the area has been flooded before and it will flood again. So be very careful. You must check this out before paying for any property. Number 2, talk to the real residents, not agents, the real residents of the area that you are looking to buy a property from. Listen, agents will always sell you dreams, but residents will most likely tell you the truth. Ask simple but direct questions like, does this area flood during heavy rains? How high does the water get? How long does it take for rainwater to be drained out? Also ask about water release from that Cameroon dam. Yes, when the Lagdo Dam, I think that is what it's called, when the Lagdo Dam is opened, some areas in Nigeria experience serious flooding. People that experience such problems know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, if the residents start giving you long stories or avoiding your questions, that right there is your answer. So be careful. Number 3, check the drainage and the road level of the area. This one is really very important. You must check the drainage and the road level. Now, this is where many people get it completely wrong. Even if an area looks dry, if the drainage system is poor or blocked, you are sitting on a time bomb. You need to observe if there are proper gutters or drainage channels. You want to ask, are these drainage channels wide and deep, or are they shallow and useless? You also want to know, are they clogged with sand and waste? Another important question to ask is, or you can see, is the road higher than the houses? This one is a big red flag, because once the road is higher than your compound, water will always find its way into your home. This is just simple physics. Now, let me tell you a true life story. A few years ago, I think that was around 2017, 2018, if I remember correctly, somebody called me and said he saw some of our projects online. So he called me and said he had a property somewhere around that OPIC area. And he said that he's having issues with flooding with the building. Mind you, this building had already been roofed. It's a twin duplex. It had already been roofed, plastered. So we now went to the site. When we did our auditing, I told him that, well, we'll be able to salvage the home for him, but the problem is he will not, on the ground floor especially, we told him that he will not be able to get the desired headroom, because when they did the building initially, they gave a headroom of about 3.1 meters on the ground floor. And God so kind, what we needed to be able to beat the flooding in that area was an additional 600 mm. So what we did was, we now, first of all, we destroyed all of the lintels, the existing lintels on the ground floor, and we had to create new lintels. So we raised the lintels up, all of the lintels on the ground floor. Then we also created a new overside concrete. You understand what I'm saying? We had to reconstruct a new floor that was 600 mm above the existing floor. Then we also took levels and leveled everything out, such that at the end of the day, by the time we were done, the building, that's the compound, was now higher than the road. That was what we had to do. So today, the guy is able to stay in his house. But before then, he had serious issues. And at that time, I think he was even contemplating on selling. But by the time we were done with the house, he was not confident enough to stay. The only problem with the house is it no longer had that 3-meter headroom that we wanted to have, that he wanted to have at the initial stage. But I mean, you just have to make a compromise. So that is a true life story that happened, and thankfully we were able to resolve the problem, and we left the client very happy. Now the question is, imagine investing millions only to end up with a house you can't even live in during rainy season. That is scary. I'm sure nobody wants to find himself in that situation, because it can be terrible, I tell you. But guess what? This exact phenomenon is happening every single year. So before you rush into buying the land because they tell you the land is selling fast, before you fall for promo price ends today, before you go and buy problems in the name of property, please wait, observe and inspect. Let the rain reveal the truth, because the best time to know the value of land in Nigeria, and especially Lagos, is not during dry season. It is right now during the rainy season. As a matter of fact, I would say you should wait till June, July, when the rains are heaviest. That's the best time to make that purchase. Now, if you are serious about buying land or property, or if you want consultancy services, you know, like I'm sure you know, we are into design and build. That's what we do. So if you are looking for our service, feel free to check out our website that is scrolling on the screen, www.sharpedgedesignlimited.com, or you can send us a direct WhatsApp message on 0802 835 3440. Let's make sure your investment doesn't turn into a river. Please like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and let us know if you have had any experience with flooding before. Until the next one, thanks for watching and bye for now.